Weird encounter with a random man today. So earlier today, I was at home, and my mom had just come back from work. She was tired, so she laid down on the couch to take a nap. My trailer park had hired some men to trim leaves and branches from a bunch of nearby trees to make the place look cleaner. They'd been working all morning, and eventually some of the men started picking up the fallen branches and leaves and loading them into trucks to take them somewhere. This is when the weird encounter happened. I was just hanging out in the living room when I heard a man yelling in Spanish outside. He was talking about Mexican candy and describing the different types he had, basically trying to sell it. I was confused, so I nervously peeked my head out from the open front door to look at the wooden gate we have. My trailer is on an elevated platform, so when you open the front door, you have to climb about 3 feet of stairs to get to the actual door of the house. Sorry if that explanation isn't clear, but basically I was high enough to see over the gate and out onto the street. I expected the man shouting about candy to be standing by the gate, like a door-to-door salesperson, but there was nobody there. That's when I realized who was actually yelling. It was one of the guys who was hauling away the branches and leaves. He was sitting in the driver's seat of his massive truck, just a few feet away from the wooden gate. The back of the truck still had branches and leaves, so it looked like he was in the middle of his job when he decided to park in front of my house and try to sell candy. And he definitely didn't have any candy with him. At this point, I was really confused. I stood there staring at him for a couple of seconds, and when he saw me, he started talking about candy again. I screamed, "What?" at him in Spanish. He said more stuff, and I repeated, "What?" because I was just so confused. After one more "what?" from me, he finally gave up, turned his head away, and started driving away slowly without saying another word. So this guy parked in front of a random house in the middle of doing his job and started shouting about candy he clearly didn't have. He'd been yelling at the house for a while before I came out. And why did he just assume we knew Spanish? Sure, we live in a place with a lot of Mexican people, ourselves included. But still, was this guy crazy? Was he drunk? I highly doubt he was trying to kidnap anyone in broad daylight with such a weird excuse. It's just strange.